Hi everyone, so today I am going to reorganize some of our drawers. I want them to be more functional. So we have our dishwashers over here, but all of our dishes are on the drawers that are furthest from the dishwasher. And then we mainly cook on a countertop on this side. We have one drawer full of food here and then another one over there. So I think it would just be good to put it all in the same area. So I want to place our kitchen items all in places that make sense and are functional. Along the way, I'll share my ideas. Before we get to it, I'm gonna show you kind of where things are right now and the challenges with where they're placed right now. In this area, we have our Tupperware, our lids, bowls and plates, pans and pots. But the problem with having it in this area is that it is further from the dishwashers. So sometimes when my boyfriend is cooking and I'm trying to put away dishes, like we just get in each other's way. While most of the food prepping and cooking happens here in the countertop, so it makes sense to put some of our extra pantry items over here. We also have a drawer of random dishes here, which I think I'm going to move over there. When it comes to the smaller drawers, I think those are fine. Over here we have our appliances drawer and then extra food pantry items. Here at the top, I'm pretty much going to keep this the same. Maybe if I have the energy at the end, I'll organize this, but this is kind of random things kind of drawer. This is our towels drawer. And over here we have another random kitchen things kind of drawer, which I think I'll keep here. And if I have the energy, I'll organize as well. Okay, now that you know the lay of the land, I'm gonna get to work and get organizing. One of my favorite things to do is organize my space, which is ironic because the rest of my life is not that organized. My calendar, my digital files, don't even ask, but I am working on it. But when it comes to my home, suddenly I am thriving, I feel organized, I feel energized, and I just love organizing. Also, filming this makes the whole process take twice as long, but honestly, I don't mind. It's kind of fun moving the camera around, trying different angles. When I'm editing, it feels like a reward. Like even I am entertained by my own b-roll. Once everything was out, I wiped down the drawers with a simple mix of vinegar and water, nothing fancy. I don't love chemical cleaners. 1, they smell aggressive. 2, my ancestors didn't use them and they survived, so I think I'll be okay. I got tired yesterday, so I had to push organizing to today. So I'll show you the process of how I organized the drawers. I actually changed things up a bit from what I initially thought. Because I'm doing this on a $0 budget, I really relied on grouping things, putting things where it makes sense in terms of areas that we cook in, the areas that we make tea, the areas that we unload and load the dishwashers, so that way it's just a little bit more functional and optimal. As I was thinking of where to place things, I was really thinking about our day-to-day and making sure that it is functional to both of us and it makes sense for the types of things we do here. As I'm putting everything back, I'm constantly asking myself, where does this actually belong? And I will move things around a lot. Sometimes they will go one spot, then 5 minutes later, I am like, maybe there's a better place for this. Future me is going to walk in here and feel inspired, maybe cook something new without emotional resistance. Because let's be real, if your kitchen space is chaotic, your brain is like, we're not doing anything today. So clean space, clean mind. Also, can we talk about these jars? As you saw, we used to keep everything in plastic bags, but I've been saving jars for months, literally I think over a year now. I cleaned them and removed the labels, and now it's their moment to shine. I have these milk jugs that I got a while back, and they've just kind of been occupying space in our little storage cabinet over here. I used to make nut drinks, but we haven't really been into them recently, So I'm going to repurpose this for storage, which I'm super excited about, and it fits perfectly in this bottom drawer. I really love it when I can just repurpose a lot of things instead of buying. All of these are recycled. I cleaned them off, soaked them so that I can peel off the paper that typically comes around these jars, and I'm actually super glad that I collected them. Some people collect rocks, some people collect Labubu dolls, which personally I find terrifying, bad vibes, but that's just what I think. I filled them up and labeled them with painter's tape because 1, I have free will, and 2, cheapness. This is the final look in terms of our pantry items. Putting them in jars and labeling them with some painter's tape is definitely a game changer. Again, I'm keeping this low budget. Here is what the top drawer is looking like. So I did keep some of these items in plastic containers that they came in, but if I have more jars in the future, I definitely plan to put them in there. But for now, everything is definitely going to be more organized, less chaos, less of a mess. The core of it is just repurposing and recycle what you already have. And I know that repurposing jars that you bought stuff in is not always for everybody, but it's definitely a money saver. And you do need to collect them over a long period of time. So I was only able to do this because of all the jars that I've collected and just the random containers that I've accumulated over time. So you do need some storage space to kind of collect these items. And now that I finally got around to organizing some of these pantry items that we keep in the cabinets, it just was so useful. Overall, it's really being smart with what you already have, being creative. There's a saying that goes something like, limitation is the mother of innovation or invention or something like that. At this moment in time in my life, I don't have like $100, $200 to spend on just organizing containers just so everything looks super aesthetic. Like, I think in this economy, most of us don't have that money. So we kind of have to be creative with what we have and make the most of what we have. I think really it comes down to the core principles of staying organized, creating separation, making sure that you have groups of things going on: beans, rice, nuts and seeds, keeping things in the general area, and when you use them, putting them back in the same section. I really think that organization is a mentality, and obviously things get messy all the time, but you want to set yourself up with the most organization that you can. Things change as your preferences change, maybe you move. It's just important to kind of take inventory of your space. Think about what will be functional for you. You know what you like to cook, you know the tools that you like to use. So keeping those readily available is super important. Like, probably in the top cabinets, you want to keep the items that you use the most, and the bottom ones, you want to keep your bulk items because it's not every day that you're going to reach for them. And lots of us live in small spaces, but I think it's just really useful to look at the layout of your kitchen and think through what are the things that you need readily available and which drawers, spaces that you can put them so that it's easier for you to actually do them. And if I had to say, oh, like these are some of the things that you do have to buy, I would say Lazy Susans are amazing, especially if you, instead of having cabinets, if you have more of a kind of like big cabinet with like deep shelves kind of situation, definitely get yourself some Lazy Susans that will help you use all of the things and not forget the things that you have, and that will save you a lot of money too. My takeaways are: be creative, make sure that you organize your space in a functional way where the things that you need daily are readily available, and the harder to get places, put your bulk items there, items that you don't use a lot. And when it comes to organization, don't overcomplicate it. Like, you don't need all the fancy organization tools. You just kind of need to plan it out. And at the end of the day, the way that you're organizing things should save you money, should help you maximize the use out of the ingredients, the things that you buy, so that you don't forget what you actually bought and you never use it, because that's wasted money. And that's it. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video.